Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video of Chem Solve. Today we are gonna solve multiple choice P2 questions of IGCSE. The code for this paper is 0620/22 May June 2025. Today in this video we will solve part 1 of this paper, that is from question number 1 till question number 20. So let's start. The first question says an ice cube melt. Okay, so what is gonna happen here? It is melting. It is melting. And you know, melting is an endothermic process. It need energy. Need to absorb energy. So now look at the options. What happens to the molecules of water in the ice cubes? They evaporate. No, evaporation is basically a process which releases heat and the liquid cools down. So this is not our option. And during evaporation, a liquid changes into a gas, where here a solid changes into a liquid. So option A is incorrect. They dissolve, nothing is gonna dissolve here. They gain energy, yes, we just have discussed need to absorb energy. So this option number C, it seems to correct. But look at option D, they lose energy, not at all. So the correct option for question number 1 is option C. Now move towards question number 2. A sample of the liquid X is heated to a temperature above its melting point. This phrase is much more important. Liquid X, which is being heated, and then it moves above the boiling point. Okay. It is then cooled, so it condenses and then freezes. Now we have to see number 1. It must be heated, number 1. Then the temperature must be above the boiling point. Then it must be cooled down, then condenses and then freezes. Okay. Now look at the options. Option 1. It is heated and then it boils here and then it moves above the boiling temperature. Okay, it seems to correct. Option B, it is heated, boils and then cools down. The temperature does not move above the boiling temperature. So B is incorrect. Same thing happen in C. It is heated and then boils and then move up to the boiling point. Heated, boils and moves up to the boiling point. So we have to choose between option A, C and D. B is incorrect. Okay, next what we have to see, it cools down, condenses and freezes. In A, it cools down, condenses and freezes. Okay, then cools down, condenses and then freezes. It cools down, condenses and then it again heated up. So it means C is again the incorrect option. Okay, why it is incorrect? Because it is again heated here. It is again being heated. While we need, it should be cooled. Okay, and then condenses. So this is incorrect. Now we have to choose between A and D. The correct option seems to be D. Why? Because here can you see when it cools down, condenses, then this line is not, it is not a steeper slope. While here the slope is like this. It just quickly comes and then freezes, while here it takes time, and then it takes some time for the freezing, and then it comes to the freezing temperature. So that's why D is the correct option for question number 2. Okay, now we have to move towards question number 3. What does question number 3 says? Question number 3 says, which row gives the number of protons, electrons and neutrons in an atom of zinc? For that, we have to look at the periodic table. So zinc is here. Zinc is here in the periodic table. It has 30 atomic number. So proton are 30, electron would also be 30, while mass number is 65. So the electron number is by subtracting mass number from the atomic number. So 65 minus 30 gives us 35. So that's why protons are 30. Protons are 30. So that's how C and D are the wrong option. We have to choose between A and B. B says it has electrons 35. No. Protons are 30, electrons are 30, and neutrons are 35. So option A seems to be the correct option for question number 3. Okay, I hope it makes sense to you. Zinc is 30 and 65. This is atomic number, and this is mass number. Atomic number is the number of proton and number of electron if no charge, while mass number is proton plus neutron. So if we need neutron, we have to subtract both of them. Okay. Okay, ji. So the next question is question number 4. Which particles have the electronic configuration 288? We have to choose the elements which have the electronic configuration 288. Okay. So let's see. Again, we have to look at the periodic table. Argon, aluminium, sodium, and chlorine. So argon, it has 18 electrons because protons are atomic number is 18. Then aluminium is 13. Then sodium is 11. And chlorine is 17. Okay. So let me write here. Argon has 18 electron. Aluminium has 13 electron. Sodium has 11 electron. And chlorine is 17 electron. It is neutral, so total electrons are 18. It has lost 3 electrons. Positive 3 means 3 electrons has been lost. So the electron would be 10 now. Sodium ion, it has positive 1 charge, mean 1 electron has been lost, so it would be 10 electron. Cl negative, it means 1 electron has been gained, now it has 18 electron. Okay. So let's make their electronic configuration 288. So this is our option. Next 2 and 8, and that's it. It's mean this is not our option. Again 10 electron, 2 and 8. This is not our option. 18 electron, 2, 8, 10 and 8, 18. So we have to choose 1 and 4, which makes option B. Okay, so next question is question number 5. Question number 5 says a sample of the element Q has the 2 isotopes. It has 2 isotopes. Okay. The relative masses and the abundances are shown in the table. What is the relative atomic mass of the sample Q in 3 significant figures? So I have told you many times that what is the formula for that? We just have to multiply the mass of first isotope 238 with its abundance plus mass of second isotope multiplied by its abundance and all divided by 100. So 238 multiplied by 66. Let's solve it. 238 multiplied by 66. It is 15708. So I will write here 15708 plus 244 multiplied by 34. So 244 multiplied by 34. It is 8296. So I will write here 8296 divided by 100. 15708 plus 15708. This is 24004. So I will write here 24004 divided by 100. So divided by 100. The answer is 240. So answer is 240. It makes the option A. For question number 5, the correct option is option A. Okay, so the next question is question number 6, which says that silicon 4 oxide. What is correct for silicon 4 oxide? Okay. So it conducts electricity because it contains delocalized electron. Absolutely not. It does not conduct electricity. It's a macromolecule. It's a giant covalent structure. It has all the strong covalent bond in it, and it do not has the delocalized electron. That's why it do not conduct electricity. Okay, this option is incorrect. It has a giant covalent structure. Yes. Of each silicon atom bonded to 4 oxygen atom. Yes, it is something like this. Silicon, it is bonded to 4 oxygen atom like that, and then silicon, and then 4 oxygen like this. So this option seems to be the correct option. It is a simple covalent molecule. No, it's a giant covalent molecule. Its structure similar to that of the graphite. Not at all. It is silicon dioxide. It is tetrahedral structure, while graphite is hexagonal layered structure. So this option is incorrect. That's how our correct option for question number 6 is option B. Now we are going to do question number 7. Okay, what is the statement for the question number 7? When 65 gram of the zinc react with 32 gram of the sulfur, 97 gram of the zinc sulfide is produced. Okay. So let's write down the equation for that. Zinc plus sulfur, it gives zinc sulfide. This is 1 mole and the MR of 1 mole is 65 gram. This is again 1 mole, so this is 32 gram, and 65 plus 32, it makes 97 gram. So if we increase the amount of sulfur to 40, 30 instead of 32, we make it 40, but zinc remains the same. So still it produces 97 gram. Why is this so? Okay, so look at the ratio. If 65 gram of the zinc reacting with 32 gram of the sulfur and producing 97 gram of the zinc sulfide, we increase 8 gram of the sulfur, but we are not increasing the zinc at all. Zinc is same. So what will happen? This 8 gram of the sulfur wouldn't have enough zinc to react with it. So these 8 gram will be left as such. They will be in excess. They will not be utilized. They will not react with the zinc. Why? Because Zinc is only 65 gram in the second case as well. And that 65 gram will react with the 32 gram of the sulfur. Now we need extra zinc to react with the extra 8 gram of the sulfur, but we don't have the extra zinc. That's why zinc is limiting reactant here. So no need extra calculation. The correct option is option D. So now move towards question number 8. Aluminium. Aluminium react with iron 3 oxide to form the aluminium oxide and iron. First of all, we have to write our own equation for this reaction. So what happens? Let me write. Aluminium is reacting with iron 3 oxide. Iron has positive 3 charge and oxygen has minus 2. So it will form Fe2O3. And what is its form? Aluminium and iron. It is forming aluminium oxide. Okay, what is the formula of the aluminium oxide? Aluminium has positive 3 charge, oxide has minus 2. Charges will be like this. So it would be Al2O3 and iron. That's it. Now let's balance it. There are 2 aluminium here. So I have to put 2 aluminium here. Okay, so there are 2 iron here. So I have to put 2 iron here. So 2 iron here. Now everything is balanced. We can match this equation with the options. Of course, the correct option is option D. You can see 2 aluminium, Fe2O3, Al2O3 and 2Fe. Okay. Now let's move towards question number 9. The concentration of the solution of the aqueous sodium hydroxide is 0.50 mole per dm cube. Which mass of the sodium hydroxide? We have to calculate the mass of the sodium hydroxide to make 500 cm cube of this solution. So we are providing with the volume and this is concentration. So I have told you earlier in mole series that whatever data is given to you in the mole question, try to find out the mole with the help of that. So what I will do, let me solve it here. I will write concentration is equal to number of mole over volume. Concentration is 0.50 and number of mole I have to find out. Volume is 500, but we need to convert it into dm cube. So for that, 500 divided by 1000, this is 0.5. So 0.5 here. Number of moles of sodium hydroxide would be 0.50 multiplied by 0.5. So it would be 0.5 multiplied by 0.5. So this is 0.25. 0.25 are the moles. Okay. Next. But we need mass. So I will write down the formula. Number of mole is equal to mass over molar mass. Moles are 0.25. We have to find out the mass. Molar mass of sodium hydroxide. Sodium is 23, hydroxide, oxygen plus 1 hydrogen. So this would be 40. So mass would be 0.25 multiplied by 40. So let's find it out. 0.25 multiplied by 40. So the answer is 10. Mass is 10 gram. That's how our correct option is option A. Now let's move towards Question number 10. Question number 10. So the molten zinc oxide is electrolyzed using the inert electrode. We have molten zinc oxide. Okay. So if I ionize molten zinc oxide, what happens? Zinc oxide, I will ionize it. So it will produce Zn positive 2, Zn positive 2 plus oxygen minus 2. When something is molten, it means there is no water. So we don't need to ionize water. So what will happen at anode and what will happen at cathode? Anode is itself positively charged, cathode is itself negatively charged. So positive ion will move towards cathode and negative ion will move towards anode. Okay, and always oxidation take place at anode, always reduction take place at cathode. So it will lose the electron and it will be changed into oxygen. Now let's balance it like this. It will gain 2 electron and it will change into zinc. So at cathode a zinc will form and at anode oxygen is liberated. That's it. This is our option. So the correct option for this question is option C. I hope it makes sense to you. Okay, so now let's move towards question number 11. Question number 11 says dilute aqueous sodium chloride. What is the electrolyte? Dilute aqueous sodium chloride. Okay. So using the platinum electrode, that is of course the inert electrode. Okay, so let's ionize our electrolyte. Electrolyte is NaCl. It would be Na positive 1 plus Cl minus 1. And as it is dilute, it means it has water as well. So H positive and OH negative. So we have positive ions. What positive ion do we have? We have Na positive 1 and H positive 1. And we have negative ions. Negative ions are Cl minus 1 and OH minus 1. Okay, so we have to write down the equation for the cathode only. Cathode is itself negatively charged. So positive ion has to move towards it. So either Na positive or H positive will move towards it. So always remember, either you are provided with the dilute electrolyte or with the concentrated electrolyte. For the positive ion, you have to choose below from the radioactivity series, reactivity series. You have to choose moving from down to from bottom to the upside of the reactivity series. Whatever comes at the bottom, it will be discharged first. So hydrogen comes below in the reactivity series, while sodium obviously it is in the start of the chemical series. That's why we will choose only hydrogen here. So hydrogen will move and reduction will take place here. It means electron will be added. Hydrogen is a diatomic gas, so H2. Now we have to balance it. So our correct option is option A. Next is question number 12. Okay, so for question number 12, hydrogen oxygen fuel cells are used for the power vehicles. Which statement is correct? The equation for this is this. No, this is incorrect because overall equation is 2H2 plus O2 gives us 2H2O. This is the overall equation. Only chemical product are water and carbon dioxide. Not at all. Carbon dioxide is not being formed. You can see only water is being formed. Okay. Chemical energy in the fuel cell is converted into electrical energy. Yes, this seems to be correct, but look at the option D as well. The hydrogen used in the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell is fossil fuel. Not at all, it is not a fossil fuel. So, as per our discussion, option C is the correct one. Okay, now coming towards question number 13. So for question number 13, a reaction pathway is being given to us. Okay, let's look. Reactant are below and product are above. Reactant has low energy and product are at the high energy level. That's why this reaction is endothermic. This is endothermic reaction. Okay, if it is endothermic, it's mean C and D are not our option. And what happens during endothermic reaction? It absorbs the heat. System absorb the heat and temperature of surrounding decreases. So that's how our correct option is option A. The next question is question number 14. Okay. The average bond energy for CH bond is 413 kilojoule per mole. Okay. What is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of the methane molecule is produced from carbon and hydrogen atom? So let's make it. What happens? We are going to take carbon and we are going to take hydrogen atoms, not the molecule. So I'm not going to write 2 over here because it's not a molecule. And it will form methane. Methane is CH4. So for that, I have to put 4 over here. And only 1 mole of the methane is formed. So this equation is okay. Now, if I open all the bonds, then you can see it has 1 carbon hydrogen bond, 2 carbon hydrogen bond, 3rd carbon hydrogen bond, and 4 carbon hydrogen bond. So there are overall 4 CH bond. And the energy for 1 CH bond is 413. So how much energy? Let's calculate. 413 multiply by 3. So, sorry, multiply by 4. 413 multiply by 4. So this is 1652. So 1652 for question number 14. So of course, B and C are not our option. We have to choose in between D and A. Okay, what is going to happen here? You can see bonds are formed. Bonds formed. They were atoms and now they have made the molecule. So bonds is being formed here and bond formation is always exothermic. So represented with the negative signs. That's how the correct option is option A. So the next question is question number 15. Effect of adding the catalyst to a chemical reaction. Okay. So what happens when we add the catalyst? Then what happens? Catalyst lowers the activation energy and speed up the reaction. This is normally happen. So let's look at our option. The activation energy is increased. No, activation energy is decreased. It is lowered. So this is incorrect. Enthalpy change of the reaction stays unchanged. It seems to be correct, but look at the option C and D as well. Frequency of the collision between the particle decreases. No, we just have discussed it speed up the reaction. So the frequency of collision would be increased. Kinetic energy of the particle would increase. No, it have to be nothing to do with the kinetic energy because kinetic energy is related with the temperature. So it is not concerned with the kinetic energy. So according to this discussion, the correct option is option B. Now move towards question number 16. Which row describes the conditions used in the manufacture of the sulfuric acid by contact process? So before looking at the option, let's discuss our own condition for the contact process. The catalyst used is vanadium pentoxide. Temperature is approximately 450 degrees Celsius and pressure is 2 atm. Okay, so first two options says iron is a catalyst. No, this is the catalyst for the Haber process. So this option is incorrect. Vanadium pentoxide, yes. Temperature is 450 and the option C says it has low temperature. No, it has high temperature. So the correct option is option D, which says vanadium pentoxide is a catalyst, pressure is low and temperature is high. Okay, so the next question is question number 17. Which equation shows the underlying species acting as the reducing agent? Okay, reducing agent. Reducing agents are the ones which oxidizes themselves. They oxidizes and they reduces the other. This is the definition of the reducing agent. Reduces other. But they are themselves are oxidized. If they are oxidized, their oxidation number increases. Okay. So here iron is positive 3 and here iron is 2. So from positive 3 to 2, it's mean this option is incorrect. Then here iron is 0 and here it is positive 2. So this is correct. Here iron is positive 2 and here it is positive 3. Again the oxidation number increases, so it seems to be correct. Here the iron is positive 2 and here it is also positive 2, no change at all. So this is not the option. So our correct option are statement 2 and 3. So that's how the correct option is option C. Okay, so next is question number 18. A farmer incorrectly added two substances to the soil at the same time. Okay, so they react together to form the gas which turns damn red litmus paper blue. Which gas does this? This is the alkaline gas. An alkaline gas should turn the red litmus paper blue, and that is ammonia. When ammonia is released, when we react an alkali with the ammonium salt, then a salt is formed, water is formed, and ammonia gas is formed. Okay, alkali is actually a basic oxide. And here in option C and D, it says acidic oxide. So this is incorrect. We should select between basic oxides. So these A or B should be, one of them should be the correct answer. React with the potassium salt, not at all. It react with the ammonium salt. So this is incorrect. And it says ammonium salt, yes. Alkali, basic oxide and ammonium salt. So option B is the correct option. Now moving towards question number 19. Which row shows the equation for the dissociation of hydrochloric acid and ethanoic acid in the aqueous solution? Okay, so we know that we know that hydrochloric acid is the strong acid. And ethanoic acid is the weak acid. Strong acids fully ionizes and weak acid partially ionizes. If they partially ionizes, it means they will be shown with the reversible sign, and if they are fully ionizes, they will be shown with the irreversible sign. So in option A, it is shown with the reversible sign, it is wrong. It is shown with the reversible sign, it is also wrong. And in C, it is, and this could be the correct option, this could be the correct option. And now it is shown with the irreversible sign, it is wrong. It is also showing with the reversible sign, it is also wrong. Reversible sign, reversible sign. So I believe option A is the correct option because both the ticks are here. So this is the correct option. Now move towards the question number 20. What does question number 20 says? Which three oxide are all acidic oxide? Okay, all acidic oxide. So acidic oxide are the non metallic oxides. Okay, non metallic oxide. Now look at the options. This is metallic oxide, so this is wrong option. This is again metallic oxide, this is wrong option. This is again metallic oxide, this is wrong option. Now look at option C. It is non-metallic, it is non-metallic, it is non-metallic. So I believe option C is the correct one. We have solved 20 questions of this paper in this video. Inshallah, in the next part of this of the next video, we will do the next part of this paper, part 2, from question number 21 to question number 14, inshallah. And thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.